Hello everybody, I just want to start out. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with the Essence I Heart Stage eyeshadow base. So I'm going to go ahead and put that all over my lid up to my brow bone. I'm going to go ahead and blend that out with my Ulta Beauty sponge. Make sure that's all blended out on my eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and take my Bebe blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Pur Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Private Party. I'm going to go ahead and use that to set my eyeshadow base. I'm going to take that all over my lid and up all the way into my brow bone. I'm going to go ahead and do that for both eyes. And I'm going to go ahead and use the Wet n Wild Rose in the Air eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take my Coastal Scents brush and take shade number 1, and I'm going to go ahead and buff that in my crease. And go ahead and do that for both eyes. I'm just going to buff that in my crease. And then I'm going to go ahead and take shade 6 and 7 and mix them together, and also put that in my crease just to go ahead and define that a little bit more. Make it a little bit darker. And just keep buffing that in, make sure there's no harsh lines, make sure it's all blended out nice and smoothly. And then I'm going to go ahead and take shade number 9, which is that darker shade, and I'm going to go ahead and focus that out in the outer V and my outer corner of my eye. So it can give it that smoky eye effect. I'm going to go ahead and do that to both eyes. Make sure it's all blended out, but just mainly focus it out in my outer V. I'm going to go ahead and take my Essence I Heart Shadow base, and then I go ahead and focus that in my inner corner and about 2/3 of my lid. And it's like cutting the crease, cutting the lid out, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that in with my finger just so I can focus it on the spots that I want it to, and that will give me like a blank canvas to put anything, any color I want on there. And I'm just focusing that on my lid there. Should look like this. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics 103 brush, and I'm going to go ahead and take shade number 3, which is a golden shade, and I'm going to go ahead and take my fixing spray and spray it onto there, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that shade right on top of the eyeshadow base that I just went ahead and used. I'm going to go ahead and do the same exact thing to the other eye. I'm going to take that same exact blender brush, the Coastal Scents blender brush that I was using, and I'm going to just go ahead and take those two shades again and blend it out, making sure there's no harsh lines. And I'm going to go ahead and go back in with shade 9, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the same place that I went ahead and put it the first time, in the outer V of my eye, just so I can define that a lot more now, just so I can give it that smoky eye, and making sure there's no harsh lines between both of those shades there. And I'm going to go ahead and take an LA Girl liquid eyeliner and put that on. I just got this the other day, so I wanted to go ahead and try it, and it works really, really good. And I got it for $1.25. I'm going to go ahead and take that tape off of my eyes so I can go ahead and do my face makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and start out with my e.l.f. poreless face primer. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the areas that I need it a little bit more, which is going to be in my nose, the top of my cheeks, and my chin. I'm going to just go ahead and blend it into my skin. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild photofocus foundation, and I'm going to just go ahead and dot that everywhere, blend it out with my Bebe stippling brush. And then I'll take my NYX HD photogenic concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and put that under my eye. And that is just to bring up those spots exactly where I'm putting them. And I'm going to use that same stippling brush that I was using to blend out my foundation to blend out that concealer, and just go ahead and dab it under my eyes, just so it goes on right, and since that is the most sensitive part. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my NYC Smoothing Skin Face Powder. I'm going to go ahead and use that to set all the places that I went ahead and put my concealer in, which would be my under eye, my forehead, and on my chin. I'm going to use the butt of my beauty sponge. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there, let that sit while I'll go ahead and contour. I'm going to use my Wet n Wild contouring palette. I'm going to go ahead and take that on my Bebe blush brush. You are able to use any brush that you feel comfortable with using. You don't have to use it for what it's made for. So I'm just go ahead and put that on the hollows of my cheek, define them a little bit more. Gonna go ahead and make sure that it's all blended out. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my NYX eyebrow pencil, and I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. And then I'm gonna take my e.l.f. eyebrow duo brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and brush my eyebrows out. I'm gonna go ahead and take a fluffy brush. that my sister got me for Christmas, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove that face powder from my face. And then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics 105 brush, which is a pencil brush, and I'm just going to take that shade, those two shades, blend them together, mix them together, and focus that under my eye. I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing that I went ahead and did on my lid. I'm just not going to go ahead and use that shadow base. And I'm going to go ahead and take that shade 9 again. I'm going to go ahead and define that in the outer B. You are able to just blend that in with your eyeliner to make it look all together. I forgot to videotape that part as well. And I'm going to go ahead and take my brush that I went ahead and used the first for that golden shade. I'm not going to use that fixing spray to spray it again, just because there's already some left over from when I put it on my lid. So I'm going to just go ahead and take that shade, and I'm going to go ahead and put that from my inner corner up until about 2/3 of my eye, my other eye. And then I'm taking my Essence Forbidden mascara and put that on my eyelashes and my bottom lashes as well. And I'm going to take my City Colors highlighting quad, and I'm going to go ahead and use that top shade and use the 102 brush to highlight my brow bone and also highlight my inner corner. And I'm so sorry that City Colors quad broke. My son was playing with it and he accidentally dropped it and it broke, so I'm devastated over that, but it happens and I can always go get a new one. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the shade that was broken. I'm going to use that to highlight my cheeks, the high points of my cheeks. And of course, the one that I use more is the one that broke, so I'm so sorry about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink in the shade Voyager. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my lips, and that is the lip color that I'm using. I have to put my glasses on because I can't see, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that since it is a